Turning to business news now with Madison Reedy. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
The stock exchange has released some gender diversity data. How are listed companies doing there?
Yeah, so since 2017, the NZX has required all of its listed firms to report their gender diversity breakdown of how many how many women and men they have in their staff roles in their annual reports. Now, they released today some statistics on how companies are doing on this front. It says that since 2017, almost all of the firms listed on the NZX have introduced a diversity policy to help them do better when it comes to having a diverse employee pool. And the stats for the year to March specifically show that more women are being appointed to board tables, specifically at the largest top 50 NZX firms. So those firms have gone from having 77 female directors on their boards last year to having 85 on their boards this year. Now, that may seem like a big difference, but that really is still only under 30% of female directors versus male directors on boards at the top 50. And when it comes to the rest of firms, they're actually closer to only having 20% of females on their board table. Now, also the number of women in executive officer positions has dropped off again.
Right.
That's actually been falling for the past 2 years. So that level is down from 99 females in executive officer positions last year down to 97 this year, just a small drop off there. But since 2017, back then, there was actually 117 women in executive positions, so it's fallen off quite substantially there. Now, the NZX's General Counsel, Hamish McDonald, doesn't quite know what's contributed to that fall, but does say that that's obviously an area where firms need to improve on.
Great. And the Federal Reserve, everyone's eyes are on that. What are they going to do?
Yes, the Federal Reserve, the United States Central Bank, is meeting overnight tonight, and they're going to come out with their rate decision tomorrow morning, our time, at around 6 a.m. Now, they've been hiking rates historically ever since the global financial crisis in 2008. They're at their highest level since 2008 at the moment. The current rate in the United States is 2.5%. They actually hiked it as recent as December by 25 basis points, but the market is expecting them to cut it this time around. That would be the first time that the Fed has actually cut rates in about a decade. Now, economists expect that they most likely will do a 25 basis point cut to bring their rate down to 2.25%. But some other economists reckon that there actually might be a 50 basis point cut on the table, which would bring the wholesale rate back down to 2%. Now, if they do cut, that means that they're basically taking heed of the impact that the United States and China trade war is and possibly will have in the future on the United States economy and what that means for us. The Federal Reserve is the largest central bank in the world, so if they start making money cheaper, the rest of the world's central banks are going to have to follow suit, including the Reserve Bank of little old New Zealand, and we actually have a rate decision coming out this day next week, so we'll wait and see there.
We'll see what's happening there. And just quickly, what happened on the markets today?
The NZX Top 50 Index closed down just 0.2% tonight, so that's a fall of 21 points to close at 10,857. The New Zealand dollar, that's buying at just under 66 US cents, 95.7 to the Australian and 54.3 British pence.
Wonderful. Thanks very much. Madison Reedy there with the latest in the business news.